So once again, very, very good evening, class. Today's our topic is this, the communication and theories of social and cultural and educational and agricultural change. So lots of the things are there in it. So how the communication plays a vital role basically in the social, cultural, education and agricultural changes that happened in the societies. So that we are going to discuss. So different theories has been provided, or different frameworks has been provided in order to understand that how the communication could be effective, and that can be used to promote these all changes, whether it is educational, agricultural, or cultural or social changes. Okay, social means that is social changes. So these entire theories uh, are frequently focused on the process of development communication. Okay, if you would see these all, it is all in regard of the development communication from the education, agriculture, cultural and social. So how the mass medias and how the interpersonal communications which we had gone through, and how the other forms of communication as well influencing the behavior, attitudes, and some perceptions and practices. Okay, so that we will be understanding. So let's start one by one. So first we will understand, that is, the cultural studies and socio cultural change theories. Okay, so these are so for you all कि ये क्या है ये सारी चीजें, but we will be discussing social cognitive, social interactionism, educational and cultural change. Lots of things are there, but will be discussing one by one. Okay, so first here we will be going, that is, just wait. Yeah, socio cultural change. So socio-cultural change, this is basically referring the change in the society's structure, the change in the society's values, norms, and their cultural practices. That is what the socio-cultural change. Okay, that is change in the society structure, values, norms, culture, practices. These are the basically the socio-cultural change is called. So how the communication is playing a vital role in influencing all these shifts. Okay, so in context of this, all cultural hegemony theories and diffusion of innovations theories, social learning theories, lot of the theories are there, which is basically on the regards of the societies. So let's start it. I start with the diffusion of innovations, which we had discussed. We will be relating to it. So as we had discussed in the previous sessions, which develop that diffusion of innovations theories, when we discuss diffusion of innovation theory, just let's take example. So diffusion of innovations theory is that given by Albert M. Rogers, that is E.M. Rogers, 1962. Okay, so let's take a whiteboard. Okay, that will be much better. Yeah, so please look it here, that we were understanding the socio-cultural change. Okay, so in the socio-cultural change, we had discussed that it's basically uh, when there is a shift in the change of the society's structure. Okay, when there is a change in the, everyone will say what is the socio-cultural, which we had discussed: structure, values, or norms, cultural practices. So these are basically the socio-cultural change. Okay, so these are some social cultural changes which we had to focus, how this communication playing a role in influencing the all these shifts. Okay, so we were taking an example to understand this all key theories, and we'll relate here. So we were discussing in the last session, that is diffusion of innovation. So in the diffusion of innovations, we had also shared to you that it was developed in the 1962 and that was given by Everett M. Rogers. Okay. So this theory is basically explaining that how the new ideas, how new practices, how new technologies spread within a societies from one society to the another. कैसे एक सोसाइटी से दूसरे सोसाइटीज में कोई आइडिया या कोई टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे शिफ्ट होता है. Okay, so in this we can take an example of the mobile phones, that is the spread of the mobile phones in the rural communities. Okay, we can understand through this example. This is very effective example to understand that how the communication can lead to the socio-cultural change, which will allow the people to access the information, some make the financial transactions, some stay connected to the friends, so thereby all changing social norms and the daily practices. Okay, that is what with the help of mobile phone, right? So अगर नई बार जब फोन आया तो मोबाइल कैसे रिवोल्यूशनाइज कर रही कम्युनिकेशंस में, कैसे सोशल कल्चर पे बट चेंज पे फोकस कर रहा है, right? The peoples are accessing the information through the social media, through the application, through the websites, right? And all the social issues are being discussed by creating a group there, by creating a page and posting some societal issues. Okay, so also some like the digital payment we are doing, right? Whether it is the pet for the petrol or for the medical or for the anything, that where we are doing the financial transaction digitally. So these all are basically to about the how the society's structure is getting changed and the spread of some ideas from one society to another, how the spread of technology from one society to another. So this is the cultural shift. Okay, this is the technological shift. Okay, so another aspect we will be going to understand after the diffusion of innovations, which is cultural hegemony theory. Okay, cultural hegemony theory. So in the cultural hegemony theories, what it is basically, this theories is given by Antonio Gramsci. Okay, Antonio Gramsci ने ये theories दिया cultural hegemony. In this theories is basically it's about that how the media and communications as a tool is being used by the dominant groups in the society just to maintain the cultural control over some marginalized groups. Okay, so basically that is one culture is dominating on another culture, or one group is dominating another group in the societies, or in the societies one dominant groups is how maintaining the cultural control over some marginalized groups. This is what the cultural hegemony. So we can take an example to understand this theories, the cultural hegemony theories, that is of Western films and media. Okay, Western films and media. So Western films and media influencing the fashion, they are influencing the behavior, some values of the youth. So that is what the representing the cultural hegemony, where the dominant culture norms are being imposed through the media. सो लाइक बहुत सारा इम्पैक्ट आपने देखा होगा, वेस्टर्नाइजेशंस का पूरा तो सिनेमा से ही आया है. फूड कल्चर का बढ़ावा वेस्टर्न का वो पूरा एडवर्टीजमेंट से आया है, राइट? वी आर नॉट वियरिंग द धोती कुर्तास, that we are wearing the jeans. This is not our the dresses. This all Western dresses, whether in regard of the male or the female, these are the just how they had imposed their cultures on our India. Okay, so we had to learn in regards of the culture, whether it is food, whether it is of any things, the fashions, or could be of any language is also there. The behavior is also there. The values of the youth is also there. There could be the different varieties of the topics which is getting influenced by some dominant uh, groups, okay, or some dominant culture. So here the dominant Who is dominating? The Western culture is dominating the other cultures. Okay, and this is all possible through the medias. So this is the cultural hegemony theories in regard of the social cultural change. Another theory could also be understood in regard of it, that is social learning theory. Okay, are you getting my points, everyone? What I am saying? Diffusion of innovation, how it is social cultural change and cultural hegemony theories and all. Please tell. Yeah, chale. All right. So social learning theories that is given by Albert Bandura, Bandura, Albert, Albert Bandura. So Albert Bandura that gave the social learning theories. This theories is basically telling about that individuals learn the new behaviors, individual learn the new behaviors and culture norms just by observing and imitating others, right? And that is also particularly through the medias itself only. So example could be what in some of the countries you might have been seen or heard that the television shows that they are depicting the gender equality, which is contributing to the changing societal views. Some on like how the woman is being portrayed in the cinema, how the woman is being portrayed in the televisions, right? So this is the from the society they learn and they reflect through the media. So gender equality that the both male and female are equal, right? So these things that how these things is being depicted in the medias just to change the societal views on women roles. It should not be that कि women जो है वो हाउसवाइफ ही रहेगी, घर में ही रहेगी, बाहर नहीं जाएगी, या फिर जॉब नहीं कर सकती है, या फिर किसी इंडस्ट्री में काम नहीं कर सकती है, रात में घूम नहीं सकती है. So these all the kind of the stereotype minds which was in the one society, which was in the one culture, has been shifted, and it all things has been uh, portrayed in the medias, right, about the gender equalities. Okay, so this could be the one examples that to understand that how the individuals is learning some new kind of behavior, some new kind of the culture norms just by observing the media, just by observing the some kind of interpersonal interactions. So these are the socio-cultural change which is given by the Everton Rogers, Antonio Gramsci, and Albert Bandura. Okay, getting clear, everyone? Is there any confusion in all? Then please say. जल्दी से बताएंगे सोशल कल्चरल चेंज में. और if you want some more examples, then I would also tell you. Everyone? Okay. Mayuri saying, sir, some more examples could be there. Okay. So let's understand once again through the examples, particularly through the examples I would describe you here. So सबसे पहले हम आते हैं यहाँ पे एक मीटू मूवमेंट हुआ था. मीटू, राइट? यू माइट हैव बीन हर्ड. हैशटैग मीटू, रिमेंबर? यस. So Me Too movement was started not only in the India, it was started in the United States as well, and it was globally spread on the Twitter, on the Twitter and Facebook, both mediums. It was globally spread this hashtag, that is Me Too. Okay, so this movement basically used the social media to raise the awareness about the sexual harassment and related things. Okay, so this has led to the basically discussion about the gender norms, This has led to the about to discuss on workplace ethics. This has led to talk about some legal reforms. So how this the basically social media is amplifying the voices and encouraging a cultural shift in the way that society's views or the issues of the gender violences could be addressed. So this is what the how the social culture is being changed through some medias. मीडिया कैसे बदल देती है किसी चीज की सोसाइटी के स्ट्रक्चर को, है ना? सो वो शिफ्ट कैसे चेंज हो जाता है. सो लॉट ऑफ द एग्जांपल्स आर देयर्स इन इट विच यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. आप देखिए ब्लैक वर्सेस वाइट का इन द यूएस बेसिकली. So how this movement has started and spread these videos, some viral videos and informations on the Twitter, Instagram, or over on the YouTubes. So this is basically the power of the social media that sharing the real-time informations and mobilizing the protest, sparking some changes in the practices, some legislative reforms, some awareness of some uh, racial discriminations, gender discriminations, this all. Okay, getting clear? चलिए. सो और भी एग्जांपल्स हो सकते हैं दैट कुड बी लाइक द कल्चर नॉर्म्स में आप ले रहे हो एग्जांपल में, तो हमने हॉलीवुड मूवीज का एग्जांपल दिया. वेस्टर्न म्यूजिक ऑल्सो, हॉलीवुड मूवीज, वेस्टर्न म्यूजिक, फैशन शोज, दिस जो भी कान फिल्म फेस्टिवल और जितने सब होते हैं, दिस ऑल बेसिकली व्हाट दे ब्रॉडकास्ट ग्लोबली about influencing the fashion trends, some beauty standards, some lifestyle choices. ठीक है. सो दे आर इम्पैक्टिंग ऑन द नॉन वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज बाई ऑल दिस. सो हम हमें लगता है कि ये बहुत अच्छा शोज है, उस शोज से हम प्रमोट करते हैं. एंड देन सम लाइक द अमेरिकन ब्रांड्स लाइक द मैकडोनाल्ड्स, कोको कोला, नाइकी, है ना, नायका. These all brands that basically become some status symbol in many of the developing nations, and they are through the advertisement medium they are driving some consumer behavior. They are changing their minds. They are changing their some norms about the dresses, foods, and lifestyles. This is what it's about, the cultural change, socio cultural change. Okay. Yes, exactly. So television ke through bhi bahut, not only from the cinemas, through the many of the television shows are there, which playing a great role in promoting this diversities and empathy. So this could be understood as in the societal views on the race, gender, discriminations, educations, many of the things are there. सोप ओपेरास को आप देख लीजिए, राइट. लाइक हम लोग जैसा प्रोग्राम, राइट, हम लोग वाज द सोप ओपेरास विच वाज इन द 1980s 70s में. हम लोग एक बहुत अच्छी ब्यूटीफुल सोप ओपेरास थी. एंड दैट दे हैड इंक्लूडेड सम स्टोरी लाइन्स इन अबाउट प्रमोटिंग द फैमिली प्लानिंग, द हेल्थ अवेयरनेस एंड सम इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एजुकेशन एज वेल for the girls, that the education is not only important for the boys, it's also important for the girls. So this through the soap operas they were changing, the culture was being changed on that particular time. 1970s 80s के टाइम पे आप सोचिए, जो गर्ल्स को आज फ्रीडम है वो फ्रीडम नहीं थी उस टाइम पे, राइट. सो दिस थिंग्स वाज promoted through the some health awareness, family planning, educations, right, some. So gender equality, family size, many things are there. Not only from the television or soap operas, even it from the radio programs also. The many things has been discussed. Okay, so these are basically the social cultural change. Now I think a lot of the examples has been given to you, and hope things are clear. Selling this saying, sir, can we say, sir, social media create more buzz, but on ground level is not action based. Me Too or other social media campaign, yes. See, every medium has an pro and cons. Okay, if you would go on the pro side, right, the pro side. So basically lot of the movement and the revolution, like things was happened. But on the negative sides, there are the many obscene videos which could not be seen to the families that are being viral on the social medias. So that is the part of the another thing matter or discussions. So you have to look on the both side. Everything has an both aspect, the positive and negative. This is a reminder. Wake up. So everything has an both upside, positive and negative. So look on the positive sides of the social medias. Okay, चलिए. सो नेक्स्ट हम डिस्कस करते हैं जो कि हमारा है एजुकेशनल चेंज, राइट? वाज इट सो? या. No, educational change theories, then after it is the agricultural change. So what do you think, can anyone suggest about the some educational change theories? Educational change theories. Everyone, एजुकेशनल चेंज थ्योरीज को लेकर कोई बताएं. Yes, सर्व शिक्षा could be an example, but कोई theories, any theories which you can relate it and give some examples. चलिए बताइए. चलिए कोई बात नहीं. So we'll understand the first. See, so educational change is basically what it is. Educational change we are talking it about, that we had to understood. So educational change here it is referring that is the any process or any strategies that is being used to reform, improve, transform the education system. Okay. So various theories are there, which they all are explaining basically that how the communications or the media will influence the educational development. Okay, how that they will provide the ideas related to the innovations or the startups or to reform. So this all theories helping in understanding the role of media, the role of technology, the role of interpersonal communications in enhancing the learning outcomes better, shaping some policies or some empowering some individuals. That is what it's here, the educational change. So in regard of it, we will be going some theories and will relate. The first theory is it's about, that is constructivist theory. Okay, constructivist theory. ये आपने उसमें भी टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड में पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली इट्स बाय जैन पिगत एंड एलवी. एलवी पढ़ते हैं बेसिकली लिव व्यवस्थाएं. सो एलवी हम बोलते हैं शॉर्ट में. सो कंस्ट्रक्टिविस्ट थ्योरीज ऑफ लर्निंग is what it is here. So learners construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through their experiences and reflecting on the experiences. So how it would be if you would understand some principles, some theories, some examples, so it would take much more time. So we will directly go through the examples, okay, so that we can understand the theories. So example it is that, so science class may design or build eco-friendly house that to just explore the environmental sustainability concepts, that is constructing the some or constructing or exploring some designs or some concepts which would be environmental sustainability. There could be some like the flipped classrooms फिफ्थ क्लासरूम्स क्या होता है? Flipped classrooms, in these models, basically the student will watch the instructional videos or they will read the content at home. So this is what the classroom time is being used for discussions, problem solving, and collaborating some projects. As like the minis of the LMS, like the models are there, which the student watch the all the videos or the read content at homes. That basically our James Study Hub, which provide you the content to read at homes. There is no need to just gathered in the classrooms and discussed there. Okay, so classroom time is being saved, so it is just on the collaborative projects which we can, the teacher and the student both are discussing on one place. Okay, so forums are being created, they are sharing the link, discussing over on the links, liking, disliking, so everything is going on there. So this is what it's about, the constructs this is constructivist. Okay, so there are the project based learning as well, this which is now known as PBL. So PBL is the project-based learning in which the students are working on some real-world projects. They are basically examining or investigating some complex questions for the challenges. So these are basically which you can understand as in project-based, which the projects are given to the students and the very complex and challengeable projects are there, and they basically some construct some knowledges through some inquiry or some investigation. They look on that, so these are basically the BPL flipped classrooms. Minis are there, which are basically in regard of constructivist theories. So constructivist theories is also explaining the same things here as we had discussed. That is about the adoptions of e-learning platforms, how these things are changing the education systems. Okay. Are you getting my point, everyone? Yeah. सो बीच बीच में मुझे पूछना जरूरी होता है ताकि आपके कुछ चीज़ें ऊपर से ना निकल जाए, ठीक है? इसीलिए दिस ऑल आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट द बेसिकली द सोशो कल्चरल चेंज आर देयर, एजुकेशनल चेंज आर देयर, what are the agricultural change theories and are there. So you have to look on each and every aspects. Okay, so एजुकेशनल चेंज थ्योरीज में बस आपको इतना ही ध्यान रखना है. These are basically that is emphasizing some active learning where the students engaging some problem solving, some critical thinking, some hands-on learning experiences, राइट? सो आपको एजुकेशंस में ऑनलाइन इंट्रैक्शंस को बढ़ाना है. आज सरकार क्या करे, व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट आर डूइंग राइट इन रिगार्ड ऑफ द एनईपी, दैट न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज, दैट मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी मल्टी एग्जिट्स ऑप्शंस आर अवेलेबल नाउ. द बैचलर्स अब जो 3 साल का होता था अब 4 साल का हो गया, राइट, विद द ऑनर्स एंड विद द रिसर्च हो गया. ओके, सो आप जब भी आपको लगता है 1 साल पढ़ाई करके छोड़नी है आप छोड़ सकते हो, 2 साल पे आप छोड़नी हो छोड़ सकते हो. सो मल्टीपल एग्जिट सिस्टम्स आर नाउ एट इज देयर. So that is they are making some more flexible to the educations. So that is what it is about, the constructivist theories, which they are focused on some cognitive development. That is the, yes, some online on universities is also being digital universities जिसको आप बोल सकते हो. This is being formed, operationalized. Okay, so basically the key principles should be that a student learn the best by participating in their learning process through the discussions, through the some projects, through some real world problem solving. ऐसा नहीं क्लास में गए क्वेश्चंस दिए और क्वेश्चंस लिखाएं और चले आए. There should be the two-way communications. Okay, there should be some the student-centric approach. There should be some with real-world problem-solving example. There should be some like the multidisciplinary or multi-exit as like the new education policy is there. Okay, the teacher should provide the support to the student to help at the at to reach the higher levels of understanding, right? So that is what it's about, the educational change. and ठीक है, बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स आप इसमें मेंशंस कर सकते हैं, लॉट ऑफ द थिंग्स इफ यू आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट some diffusion of innovations again in these things. So it would be like the that how the peoples are, or the student or the aspirants or in the education systems, they are adopting some new kind of the technology. आज भी बहुत सारे टीचर्स हैं जो पीपीटीज पे पीपीटी नहीं बना सकते हैं। आज भी बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो मोबाइल पे वो पढ़ नहीं सकते, उन्हें फिजिकल वो चीज़ें अच्छी लगती है। सो इन द कोविड-19 पैंडमिक दिस थिंग्स हैपेंड एंड दे हाउ द टीचर्स basically face all the issues and the student also faces the issues, right? So वो सारा सिस्टम एजुकेशंस में नहीं था और हम सभी अवेयर भी नहीं थे, वी ऑल वे आर नॉट अलर्ट दैट कि ये ऐसा एरा आएगा, पैंडमिक का एरा आएगा और पूरा सेक्टर को चेंज कर देगा। और हुआ भी, बायजू जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म, अन अकेडमी जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स ने इनकी ग्रो हुई, ठीक है। इन्होंने अपने आप को उस पैंडमिक में अपने आप को डेवलप किया। So these are basically the how the educational technology and the methods are being adopted, and how after the adoptions that the changes is being observed. So how any technology in the education is widely being tested and adopted. So who are the teachers or the students who are the uh, laggards that they are adopting very late, and or they are avoiding all these tools, छूते ही नहीं है, देखते ही नहीं है, पढ़ाना ही नहीं चाहते, पीपीटी बनाना ही नहीं चाहते, वो चौक एंड डस्टर पे ही डिपेंड रहना चाहते हैं। सो दिस आर द बेसिकली दे आर लैगार्ड्स, ओके। सो आज भी देखिए स्वयं जैसा प्लेटफॉर्म्स दैट इट इज़ बीइंग और ऑर्गेनाइज्ड एंड दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द कोर्सेज। आप वहाँ से स्वयं के कोर्सेज लेकर आप शिफ्ट कर सकते हो, यू कैन चेंज, राइट। You can transfer the credits from there to your university's courses. So LMS like the modules are there. So Zoom, Google Meet, these are what? These are the some reforms. Okay. Some adoption of the e-learning, the Amazon Kindle, the e-books, e-notes, digital educations. So it is basically the many Coursera or the edX like the platforms, or majority of the schools are theirs who are adopting online learning that post COVID-19 basically as a mainstream form of the educations. Okay, so example could be of the many, that many universities are there who is adopting the LMS models, that is the learning management systems like the models and the some uh, the modules voice will be there, okay, that after going through the second module you have to complete the first module. So like the services are there, interactive whiteboards are there, as as we are writing it here anything, you are able to see and you are able to discuss on that. Okay, if we can highlight these things, we can change the color, a lot of the tools are there, we can erase it online, we can use the digital board to teach to you. So a lot of the things are there which where we can make the classroom engagement and with the technologies. So how this technology is helping in educational change, how the many things are there which is transforming, reforming and improving the education systems, that is we have to learn or understand. Okay, is clear? Yeah. So in the upcoming session, in the upcoming class, will be discussed about the agricultural change and some more on the educational change as well. So is there any questions in regard of it? Just collect it the questions and ask in the upcoming sessions at the just a start of the class. Okay. प्लीज आप शुरू में ही जो भी डाउट्स है आप एक बार डिस्कस कीजिए, ठीक है, अपने आप से सोचिए, देखिए क्या समझ आया नहीं समझ आया, एंड फिर आप क्वेश्चन जरूर पूछिए। ओके, विल डेफिनेटली आंसर यू। सो थैंक यू टू ऑल, थैंक यू सो मच, विल मीट इन द अपकमिंग सेशन। सो टेक केयर एंड स्टे सेफ जस्ट आफ्टर द 10 minutes। ओके।